and her eye was going to be evil towards us. And towards who? And towards the remnant of our children. Whom what? Whom the man shall leave, and whom the woman shall eat for one of all things. Oh my God. This stuff is crazy. What's up, bro? You believe in God?
I live in a greater than the universe that I'm tied to.
Absolutely, right? And that's a powerful thing. Now,
I know it's not crazy, it's real.
Absolutely. But a lot of times people try to tell you that it's crazy.
Well, because everybody been lying to me and taught, so they had no choice but to tell you, because everything that we've been taught is a lie. So the thing that ain't a lie, the thing that do work is going to sound crazy because it's unfamiliar.
Because it's unfamiliar.
But it's so real that it's just unreal.
Listen, we just read earlier, I need you to get Romans 8 again. We were speaking to the elder over there, right? And he was like, I was telling him, I said, are you ready to be above your enemy? Are you ready to be above the people that have been oppressing you? He said, man, I don't really know about being above, but I definitely hope for a better day for the times that we're in now. And I said, like you said, the things that's unfamiliar is the things that we haven't seen. So we gotta hope for the things that we haven't seen, not for the stuff that we've already seen.
If you hope for it, then if you hope for it, then you ain't believing in how powerful creator is. You know what I'm saying? It's just like just for just a metaphor as an example, as a one out as when Jesus ain't walking through hoping for nothing, he believed insanely. He ain't had no faith in nothing. He believed. Do you have believed, hope, or faith that this is a light right before you? See, faith is thing believed and not seen. See, I believe so insanely that I know this called physics and this called metaphysics. Even though a normal can't see it, but I can still make it evident. So I can believe. So when I believe, I see it. It's no, you know what I'm saying?
No. Listen. Now that was what we read. Get that Proverbs 28. We're gonna have to run through these again. That's what you call it. You have a vision. So, like you said, when you believe it, or even when you hope it, or you have faith in it.
I don't hope, I don't faith, I don't need
Wait, here's the thing.
I'm tapped in. I'm tapped into the creator of my unit. I know my bloodline, the black Dr. Kundalini, I know what I am. You know what I'm saying? I've been lied to it now. I don't hope no more.
No, it's all one and the same, and I'm sure you are.
Go ahead.
You don't rest completely on a hope, but you have to have a vision beyond what your circumstances. That's a hope, a vision, faith, or I want more. That's your desire. That's the driving force, right? To hope for a better day. If we never hope for a better day, we'll never look for a better day. You would never even be able to receive the truth. You'll never be able to receive the ability to be woke. You'll stay asleep if you never hope for nothing better. So I would say we're not saying anything different. We literally saying one and the same.
It's one and the same, but it's just like cranking a car. See, it takes a certain amount of energy, the power to make it what's it called? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we a little bit up under, you know what I'm saying? So we have to get it because there's only one truth to everything.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to get that one truth in order to make the system work properly. You know what I'm saying? So you can have everything, but just you might right be on the way and that car won't crank. But if you got fully, boom. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna fall.
So we have it's just cutting the habits, not allowing the habits.
That's right.
One truth only, not allowing them to go around the one truth. See, when you said that we can be hoping and won't, it's just like this here. What you know and see never fuck over through my language. It's what we don't know and what we don't see. Right? So if what I'm hoping for, I already got, and I'm hoping for it, but I already got it, I just don't know I got it. Right. See what I'm saying? That's the difference.
But like you said, it's a perspective. It's something that's unfamiliar to you. If it's unfamiliar to you, it means that you have never beheld it, if you never perceived it, right? So those are the...
You a millionaire and didn't even know it. Oh, yeah, all they had to do is point out to you. You get a knowledge of it because you was born with it. It was already there. See what I'm saying? See, I see it. See, you don't see it, but it's already there. So when I believe insanely, the things that already there for me because I'm tapped in to the creator, I don't have to, it's already there. I don't have to have no faith because I see it. You know what I'm saying? I believe it. You know
I would say this. No, you good. Go ahead. Finish it out. Go ahead.
It's one truth, right?
Right.
They give us three ways: faith, hope, and belief. It's only one of them.
Which one you feel like we should have?
I believe in saying it. You know, like I be tapping, I be playing with the spirit. Like I just studied every religion, devil worship, science, both science, metaphysics, physics, history, research of it all. I'm mad. I'm mad I've been lied to. And all the problems that my people have, I got the answer to. Boom. See, it's like, see, every time somebody came to Jesus, he told them, no, it's not me, it's my Father who sent me. Right. I deserve none of the praises. He deserves all of the glory. Right. So guess what? I ain't going to Jesus. I'm tapping in like Jesus was, because he told me out of his own mouth. So why would I go against that?
Now here's the thing, right? because we was also given command from the Father to go through Jesus. From the Father.
When he told you that?
Listen, I'm gonna show you, right?
Well, how do it? Okay, I'm gonna put it.
I'm gonna show you.
Show me where it's working.
Hold on.
See, I grew up in church, front row.
Listen.
To the Thursday night saying, show me where it's working.
No, here's the thing. This is why we ain't in church.
No, I'm saying.
I know. I hear you. What I'm saying.
The way you're saying is what they taught me.
No. I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay,
there might be some similarities, or it might sound the same, but the practice is different. Because let's be real. They tell you in church. No. They tell you in church, but there's no practice. They sell you hope. They sell you faith, and they want us to just completely rest on that. There is no action to it. So that's why I said I don't think we say anything different in terms of hope, faith, and belief. I would say they all one and the same, but you're not supposed to rest on it just completely. You have it so that you can see the things that you're not familiar with. Somebody can sit up and tell you, brother, did you know you a billionaire? You ain't a millionaire, you're a billionaire. But you sit and look at it and say, well, where the hell is it at? You have to then do what? Look within yourself and recognize the things that you possess that can obtain those things. But now you have to go do it. You have to go what? Put it into action. So the differences between what we're doing versus what you've seen in the church is that we actually putting these things into practice. And that's where we see it working. Now, we recognize, even in a judicial proceeding that we see in the world today, there's a judge, then there's the one acting on your behalf, right? And then there's you. The one acting on our behalf, or as our attorney, we say he's a Johnny Cochran in the sky. Why? Because he's a powerful black man, right? And he pleads our case to the Father because we have done so much wrong that the Father did. Who was the judge? He got mad.
Tell me when you popped up as a baby, popped up like you popped up in this world and didn't know nothing. I plead insanity. So you want to say that? I plead. When I come up to God, I plead insanity because I didn't know what I supposed to been doing. I ain't know how I supposed to been doing. I ain't know what I was. I ain't know nothing. So God, I plead insanity, and we're gonna go your way.
No. Here's the thing. I gave you an example as the structure of judicial proceedings, right? Where you got the judge, the mediator, then you have the person in question,
because
right?
I don't have the knowledge to represent myself.
I got you. Now, because you don't have the knowledge to represent yourself, right? Now, guess what? There is a difference with the laws of America and the laws of God. In the laws of America, you can play that game with the judge. I'm insane. You can dig in your ass and lick it and say, I'm insane.
That's
you can't play that game with God.
Okay, so how am I not insane? Do I even know I was until what? Until I studied all this and seen that it was a lie and got mad.
I'm about to show you right now.
And there's something, and the Spirit told me to go.
Give me Deuteronomy 28:1 right now. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1 right now. I'm about to show you. You're right.
But I need evidence. I need facts. See, I don't go with no opinions no more. See, what I'm doing working. Like I'm tapped in. When I'm telling I'm tapped in. Any solution, any problem, I got a solution to. It don't matter. I get all from the universe. Like I'm gonna know what your mind thinking. I'm it, man. I'm telling you, I know the recipe.
So you said when it come to God, you said when it come to God, you gonna plead insanity.
No, I'm saying if
you're going off of what I'm saying,
yeah, from that format, that's the only way.
Watch this. You would plead insanity because you came into the world, you didn't know nothing, and you came into a world that was full of wickedness. So you was only a
No, I didn't say anything about wickedness.
Well, I'm saying the reason why you didn't do the things that God required. You're pleading insanity, and that's why you're doing wrong.
The reason why I didn't do the things that God required is because first I didn't even know what I was. See what I'm saying? So when I don't know what I am, so how can I operate in those actions?
Exactly.
Look, if I don't know I'm president, I'm not getting up and doing nothing that Trump get up and do.
Right.
Because I don't know, but I might have been appointed to it, and I ain't walking. I don't know. So how's you gonna blame me? You can't blame me for nothing. I know the same Bible you're saying.
I'm about to show you. The only reason anybody would ever be in court is because charges are being brought upon them. The only way charges are going to be brought upon you is if you have allegedly done something wrong. You have violated some principle, moral, code, or law, right? Now, in the court of the Lord or his judgment, which is why we need that mediator, like you said, I can't properly represent myself. You're saying in that court, I would plead insanity. If you was going off of what I'm saying, you would plead insanity, right? Because you're like, I come into the world, I don't know anything. Yeah, I don't know nothing, so how I know I'm supposed to operate within these laws? Now, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 39.
So you're 39. Now watch this. You have not been presented before the court or the judgment of God yet. Now watch this. You can't go plead insanity because we out here to show you what you're doing. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the Lord, the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God to do what?
to observe and to do all his commandments,
To observe and do all his commandments, then what?
which I command thee this day,
Go ahead.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
If you abide by them, you will receive the blessings. Jump to verse 15. So from 1 to 14, all the blessings is going to line up. Now read verse 15. Go ahead.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if you don't listen to him, if you do violate these things, now somebody can bring charges upon you, right? Go ahead.
to observe to do all his commandments
If you don't read,
and all his statutes,
Read.
which I command thee this day,
Go ahead.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
real quick, what's your name, bro? I'm Taz.
I'm Dedrick, money boy.
Huh?
I'm Dedrick.
Dedrick?
Everybody call me money boy.
Money boy, I'm gonna tell you this. From this point forward, you cannot plead insanity. I just told you what you were supposed to be doing. See how cold it is? Now here's the thing. You right up to a certain point. You're right. You right. But this is why the Lord has commanded us to go out here and speak it to the
But see-
people.
but see-
Because guess what? Everybody is gonna get a piece of this soup.
That's why they want you. That's why they want you. Ain't got to do but lay there. And then you say, if I do what he says, right?
Right?
But what if I don't know what he need me or want me to do? And this is the problem that we're having.
Listen, you're right.
We want to, we willing. That man over there wanted to, he willing, but he don't know what and how.
here's
So
the thing.
if you can give me the instructions on what and how, then guess what? I bet you ain't nobody gonna be following to the way. Ain't nobody gonna be what they saying if you don't. Because they're gonna be more doing it because they know what to do and they gonna see the
Money boy,
benefit.
watch this, watch
See,
this.
that's the thing.
Here's
That's
the
what
thing.
I'm on showing them
Here's
how
the
they
thing.
what to do.
Here's the
See,
thing.
I didn't win.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I'm a sacrificial lamb. I'm
I
millennium.
got you.
black
I got
Jesus.
you. There's
I'm
the thing.
millennium Jesus.
Feel me out from the heart though. Watch this.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Everything you saying, 100%. What I'll say 99.9. The 0.1 that you're missing is that what we're beholding in your 39 years, in my 29 years, is we are the results of people who did know that didn't. See what I'm saying? So what we want to do is
abuse the power.
no, it's not even that they abuse the power. They abuse the opportunity. And I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah, I see
Here's the
that.
thing.
Yeah.
We are the residual effects of people who did know and chose not to. So what happens is now Money Boy's born. I'm Taz. I'm born. And now we sit up here and say, man, I should be responsible for myself and my own action. But guess what? No.
It's through the bloodline.
It's through the bloodline. It's the residual thing. You see what I'm saying? Bro, we from the hood. I'm from California, bro. I'm from the hood, bro. I wasn't born in the hood just because that's just where somebody just dropped me off. No, it was as a result of what my parents did and what their parents did. Going all the way back to what? Going all the way back to the people who the Lord was giving this law to. And it says, if you do these things, I will bless you. And you will be what? You'll be above all nations on the planet Earth. But if you don't do those things, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be the tail and he going to be the head.
So even though that we don't know the things that we supposed to be doing, when our ancestors knew what to do, they abused however they done it. That's just rippling.
It's now trickling down to us. Now here's the thing.
So
now,
that's just the suffering of that's y'all. That ain't that. Okay.
Now here's the thing. Check me. I'm glad. All praise to this brother right here, man. He's getting it. He's picking up on it.
Oh,
now
yeah,
here's the
I'm
thing.
up there one
I
too,
got you. Now
man.
here's the thing, right? Now this is why it's necessary for who the world calls Jesus Christ to come into play, right? This is why it's necessary for him now to come because he provides now opportunity.
See, and that's where
I got you. Go ahead.
if you go to the book of Jesus, or if you can show me in the Bible that one person, just one person who came to Jesus and tried to give him praise of God and acknowledgement, because if you help me and I give him the what's called it for, man, you ain't helping me no more. See what I'm saying? So when everyone came to Jesus, he said no. If you see, he was aggressive on it, and I would really say, check on it. Do not worship me. It's my Father who sent me.
Absolutely.
He deserved all the praise. I deserve none of the glory. So how can I go with what this man telling me don't do this here over a slogan? Something that I'm assuming in the beginning was the word was nah. But what about the horse's mouth? And that's where I had a problem, because what the horse, see, if I go this here, I've been trying this other way all my life. But guess what? When I evolved into this here, listen without the house and tapping in on my own. See, you just ain't you just ain't know the testimonies around this, but you don't know the what's it called. But whenever you can know that you got the bloodline, that you tapped in, when you know the history, you know why they doing everything that they doing. See, I don't need to see all that. Man, you already born with it. You don't need you the same thing Jesus he was telling you, man. It blew the Holy Ghost spirit up in him. It wasn't Jesus, it was the spirit that was in him. It was what he was tapped in and connected to. And I'm connected to the same thing. Because when I study science of the body, everything is in my body. And I study science of the book, everything is in there. So I'm connected, man.
Now here's the thing.
I'm connected. So that's why I get my power from my knowledge and everything else.
You feel like we giving all the glory to who the world calls Jesus? I'm saying that
I'm telling you that we all know that where that they played on. Everything know they told us what is ain't is.
Right.
I'm telling you that you are powerful than you may know. I'm telling you that the same thing that Jesus was tapped in the bloodline, you have that bloodline which is called the Black Dr. Kundalini. I'm telling you that everything I'm saying, I will show you evidence for us. Reading people's mind, tapping in plant with spirit, brain, and mind. I can show you everything I'm seeing. I'm telling you, I don't need Jesus. I've been calling on Jesus all my life, and guess what? I've been going.
Well, you know what?
I've been going to church, man.
Listen,
I've been used. It
right.
saved me. It brought me out a whole lot of situations. But guess what? It ain't give me. It ain't power me up like this here. It ain't give me this energy like this here. This ain't no
show you
drug.
something.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't give me this here. It ain't give me to every problem that you or anybody might have. I give it to you like that.
I got you. Check it.
Solution like that.
Check
you
it.
don't gotta wait. You don't gotta hope for it.
Watch
None of
this.
that.
Watch
Boom.
this.
It's
Watch
like
this.
magic, baby.
Watch this. You've been calling on Jesus, like you said, your whole life, right? You've been calling on this dude.
I've been calling on. That's neither here nor there, because we're dealing with entities. See what I'm saying? The spiritual world is entwined in a mix far more than we think.
Go back to the Romans 9.
We talking about the energies. We talking about the negative energies and the positive. But that been parasiting, draining, sucking our energy. That been recycling our soul. That's what you're talking about. No, that's what you're talking about.
But remember you said there's only one truth, right? So either you coming in this one truth or you're not. So a lot of our people that do call on the name Jesus, they're envisioning this guy here because it was pushed to us. Even when we understand the time,
it's the wrong energy.
Not even listen now. Energy.
Yeah.
Don't words bring about energy. So that means we gotta call on him right now. You gotta ask for it.
Yeah, the call on him right now.
No, he can ask for it. Bring your precept about what you have. I'm gonna show you something.
You're right. That's how it goes.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 5.
Hold it.
Yeah. I seen it yesterday. The spirit working right now.
That's right. Bring it out.
The food ain't got food can't in. Food ain't got nothing on this here.
That's right. Go ahead.
I don't need nothing. I got all the food I need.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 5. For there is one God and one mediator between God and men.
So again, we give the praise and the honor and the glory all to the Father. But we have to recognize the mediator, right?
Where you reading from?
This is the book of 1 Timothy, the second chapter, 2 and 5.
That's real quick. That's the book that if these people, which is melanated base beings, caught their own kind, teaching me how to read, they'll kill their own kind. But the first book on earth that we were ever allowed to read was that book. Okay, come on.
Wait. Here's the thing. Hold on. Real quick. Remember. They didn't let slaves read. we always say that. The Bible was the first book that they didn't let. If you got this P on this P right here on this car, if they caught that shit in your pocket, you lose a foot. You couldn't even read. They had the slave patrol badges. You didn't even know what this damn badge said. If you knew what that badge, you knew what it was. You knew what he came to do, but you couldn't even read it. So they never let us read this book.
That's the first book that we knew about.
Now, yes,
that's the first book that we were able to decipher.
I agree.
So they allowed us to do that because you see how hard it was? Man,
I'm going to show you something.
We said the same thing. They'll kill their own kind.
Now watch this. Here's the thing.
Okay.
You know about Nat Turner? Hold on. I'm going to show you this. Nat Turner was the nigga that they let read this book.
Okay, so
when they let that nigga read this book, you know what he said? He said, hey, all of this stuff that they doing to us, all of the scriptures that they're forcing me to read to y'all, that's forcing me to tell y'all that y'all should be subject to slaves, all of the verses that they have, he said there's at least 10 that talks about our liberation and how they have to pay for it. And that's how he mounted up his revolt and slaughtered their ass.
But they took that out. We don't know that right now.
And you know what that's called? You know what that's called? That's called the slave. That's called the slave Bible.
That's right.
Where they took out 1,100 chapters out of the Bible and left about 250 of them, and all of them say, "Obey your masters."
Yeah. And then
be slaves.
Jesus, like the what's called.
And then they gave us
just like Jesus.
And then they gave us this Jesus here.
Yeah, master look just like Jesus.
So I understand your perspective and your point, but we got to get down to the details of the facts. They didn't give us. They only presented this book to us in a convoluted way. They never let us read it. Listen. Here's the thing, Dedrick, Monty Boy. I can say, hey bro, come roll with me. I'm gonna take you to my homie studio, and I can come in there and present you as some sleazy ass dude. But that don't mean that's who you are. I can come in there and be like, hey man, I'm rolling with this dude, man. Watch out for him, man. The nigga still, he crazy.
Yeah.
But
See,
then
that's what I'm saying.
I'll leave you in there by yourself, and you chopping up, and I come back and they like, bro, this nigga was deep, boy, with the shit. It's my partner.
They presented this in, that ain't the truth. It ain't the truth, but they presented to it. That's what I'm saying. This is the first book. That's what I'm saying. This is the first presentation, or however you may what's called. They allowed to be amongst us. Why? Because how you said, man, I bring him in there and I can something but they ain't really the truth. It's really about what it is. I understand it, and that's what I'm speaking on. This is why I'm saying I have to watch out for that. See, I don't even study no more.
Listen,
tapped into the universe. I want y'all to feel this.
Definitely watch out for it. I don't have no problem with you watching out for it, but get the truth of it.
Of course, look,
finish that out.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 5. For there is one God and one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus, who gave himself a ransom for all to be testified in due time.
So as we recognize the trickle effect, how it gets down to us, right? What happens is we now need that mediator. We now need something that's going to reaffirm or reestablish this connection between us and the Most High. So that's why he was sent from the Father, presented unto the people as to reconvene us back to the Father. It's not that we disregard the Father and give the praise to Jesus. No, we always give all honor, glory, and praise to the Father. All right, I'm about to ask you a question. I need a solution to this question.
Come on with it.
How do we reestablish our dominance on the earth and take the so-called white men down so we don't keep having George Floyd's, Daniel Prue, Tamir Rice, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin's, Breonna Taylor's? How do we stop that from happening?
For one, we must understand that the spiritual world is far more entwined than we think.
But it's affecting us physically.
Physically, because, okay, it's like this here. If we go to space, right? We go to space, right? We're going to put a spacesuit on.
Wait, here's the thing.
I'm going to show you that the physical is
You ever been to space?
If we go to, well, you know, this
ain't nobody ever been to space.
We talking this parables.
Okay.
Parallels.
Yeah, hypothetical. Go ahead. If we go to space, we got to put on a spacesuit.
We stepped there 20 years, hey, but the true you is in there. Because we see the space, we know we get caught up, but the true you is in there.
Okay.
So this is a vehicle for the third dimension.
Okay.
The true you is in there. See what I'm saying? So everything tapping in through you.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So first, we got to know that we dealing spiritually and not the third dimension of politics.
You mean, I'm going to show you something. Listen, here's the thing. How about we play a game? You show me anything that you're dealing with that is going to provide solution to you, but it can't be in the Bible. So when you say we got to recognize that we're dealing with a spiritual aspect, not a carnal, go to Ephesians 6.
Well,
go to Ephesians 6 and 10.
How do you deal with it?
Now, I'm about to show you.
How do you deal with it?
Hold on. Now you answer my question with a question, but I rock with you, bro.
No.
You on your shit. Now watch this, though.
See, it's process, it's steps.
Huh?
See,
I got you.
See, first you have to acknowledge it, and then you got to figure out. See what I'm saying? I was just acknowledging stage.
I got you.
See what I'm saying? See, the thing is, how do you work? See, let me show you later.
It's cold?
I need a cold. See, it's like this here. It's like, if we don't know about spiritual parasites, see, we know about physical parasites, but you don't know about the spiritual parasites.
Right.
See
I'm with you.
Until you understand how they operate, that's one, man. It's like
Ephesians 6 and 10. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm with you 100%, bro.
The book of Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? Go ahead. The devil was what's bringing us these problems for us to even need a solution. Go ahead.
But when you put on the armor, what happens?
Watch this. Go ahead.
For we wrestle not against flesh.
We wrestle not against flesh. Shalom, man. Matter of fact, man and Cam, step on for me, y'all. You got a sword? No. This is what we are here for, bro.
Okay.
This is what we are here for.
See, I want to go dip off and tap in through the spirits.
I got you. We're going to get it.
I know what chemicals is.
So we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but what?
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness.
Against what?
Spiritual wickedness.
In what?
In high places.
So we wrestle not against carnally.
Yeah, we know this.
Spiritual. So I'm with you. Now go ahead.
How are we? So what is our defenses and what is our offenses?
The armor of God.
okay, what is it? I'm gonna go. Where is
I'm gonna
that?
show
We
you.
gotta better to use it. We
Keep
can't
reading.
just say it down. I wanna pick
about
it
to
up.
show you.
I wanna go into action.
I'm about to show you. Keep reading. Give me Revelation 13.
Verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God,
Read.
that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Go ahead.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
A lot of times what we need to do, bro, we need to stand up as men, man. A lot of times, bro, and you can understand this, we turn bitch. We turn weak and frail. But not only do we
Why?
need to stand
You know
up.
why?
Why?
Cause you're calling on Jesus.
No.
When you
I'ma tell you
call
this.
on the Creator right to him and tap in.
I'ma tell you this.
This is that's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
call- what's
All
the
the
Creator's
things-
name?
See all the
What's the name of the
things-
Creator? How you call him?
I tap in like I'm. See, I believe in saying it. Like I see all the things that's. See, it's so much. Like man, like I didn't win it to you, boy. I didn't win. But like I be playing, I'm like a mad scientist. So it's no. But that's why I'm on the camera and I'm willing to everything I'm saying. I'm willing to show. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't like I'm serious. I'm willing to show and prove because I'm so angry at my people, man. I'm walking around. I don't have nothing to kind of, like I can just really like cut myself off from everybody and just be good.
I feel you.
But I'm a
Make sure you're
counselor.
watching it because, like I said, every 30 minutes. Is the battery getting low?
Yeah, it's getting low.
All right, I'll let you know when I get a new one.
But see,
Go ahead, bro.
the cancer got me. I know I control the emotion and feel, so I can feel what you. So like I can't. Like, it's something. I'm a different. I can't let it go. Like I'm the warrior. I want to be the head of the soldier arm of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm mad. They played on me. I was in front row. I was like this here. Why they ain't hitting me when everybody else falling? You ever when you're little wondering why they hitting you? Why the spirit ain't hitting you? See everybody shouting and falling. Man, I had to deal with myself. Like, what's wrong with me? Why they hitting me?
Hey,
I was for real,
hey,
man.
Same thing happened to me,
I was
right?
for real about this, man.
And that's the last time I set foot in a godforsaken church like that.
real, man.
All right? Because we got to understand, what we're doing is we're mad at the symptoms, not the virus, right? The virus is the church itself, not the book. And that's the difference. The book does not support the church, but the church utilizes the book the same way the so-called white man did to enslave us. But once we get into this book, man, we make a living off of talking to the churches using this book because they don't believe in the book. They don't really follow the book. They just out here using it to motivate people to dig deep into their pockets and give them money,
I
right?
don't believe in God, but like
Bring that out.
To me, I be man, they underestimate God to me.
We had bring your precept off.
Man, I wish I could go around with y'all, man, and show you.
You got Revelation?
Hey, man.
I got it. 13.
Man, see y'all comment.
Nah, I needed to hold that.
I didn't drop the.
You gotta do Deuteronomy 28, 28. Bring it out. 28, 28. You said, listen, man, I'm mad. You said I'm mad. I'm a mad scientist, but I'm mad because I said I call on.
I'm a man because I experienced with myself from the metaphysics and the physical.
No, I understand. But then on top of it, you said you also mad because you look around growing up and you looking and everybody got the spirit and they doing the hopping out of you like that.
When I was in church.
That's what I said. When you was in church, why they ain't getting me? You said now I'm mad.
But they were popping cone. They were putting on. They
Exactly.
wasn't in
Give me Deuteronomy 28, 28.
It's the book of.
Serious. I was showing you how serious I
Watch
was.
this.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28,
Remember,
verse 8.
we just read verse 15 where it says if you don't follow the laws of the Most High, then curses are gonna come upon you. Let's see what one of those curses was. 28. Go ahead.
The Lord shall smite thee with
The Lord
madness.
said He gonna smite you with madness. He gonna smite you with madness. All the day long we gonna be mad, but it's also dealing with. You ever heard somebody say he's gone mad? I mean, a lot of times we either go crazy or we're gonna be sitting there mad all the day long, just pissed off all the time. Go ahead.
And blindness.
And then we're gonna turn around and we're gonna be blind. It's not a physical blind, it's talking about a spiritual blindness. Like you said, I'm a millionaire, but I can't see it. It's unfamiliar to me, yet it's right there in front of me. I've always possessed it. That's the blindness we're talking about. Go ahead.
And astonishment of heart.
And an astonishment of heart. What's the astonishment of heart? I ain't even gonna believe in myself. I'm gonna be so tripped out with your heart dealing with your mind. I'm so tripped out of my
I
mind and my
gotta call
spirit.
and go through Jesus.
No,
man.
it ain't even that.
Go through me.
No, it's not even that.
I'm telling
It's not
you
even
the
that.
truth. Is that?
No, I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm
I'ma
gonna
tell you
prove
this.
it.
Listen.
I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna prove it.
Go ahead. I'm gonna give you more.
I'm just saying that so that
Oh,
it be
like
on
you just said on record.
On
In general,
record.
you gonna prove it.
I ain't calling on Jesus.
Listen.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tap in
Listen,
like.
I don't ever want you to call on Jesus. His name is Yahweh Shai.
But however you may want to say it, I don't. See,
Give me
the
Acts
thing is,
4.
The thing that you calling on ain't working. But when I
Why you say it's not? Why you say it's not?
Because it's I'm gonna show you. I just gotta show. It's.
I want
right
you to show
now,
me. How you say it's not working?
The spirit, it gonna work.
Listen,
it ain't,
listen.
I'm saying I ain't amped up. Like I ain't tell like it ain't.
I'ma say it's
I'm
working.
trying to crank it, man. I'm trying to crank.
Are
it
you kick it?
But the spirit ain't.
Spirit ain't moving?
I'm gonna stay connected with y'all.
Hey, you want those codes?
It ain't. It ain't.
Hey,
What's
the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai stay cranked.
No, it do what it want to
It
do when it want to
stay
do.
cranked.
See, I don't know. See, I can't think.
It
and
stink,
do anything
go ahead.
previously. I'm trying to rush it. I'm trying to make it come so I can show. But it ain't coming.
Now, here's the thing. I'm with you. I'm glad you just said that, bro, because that's also something I recognize our people do. We want to rush it. We want it to come when we want to come. So if I'm on task time and you on Money Boy time, and both of our times is different, then who got more power to other to influence the time that we in? That's why we gotta execute patience.
Man, I'm not here to debate, man.
No, I feel you. I'm saying, let's build.
Yes, see how you read that about me? I'm here to in sync with you, man.
Right, that's right.
I've been lied to too. I want
That's
the
right.
truth, man.
That's
I want
right.
to spread it for real.
I'm about to give you the truth. Get Psalms 119 as well. I know y'all got you holding a bunch of them. Bring that out. Acts 4 and 12. Go ahead.
It says, this is the book of Acts, chapter 4 and verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other.
Neither is there salvation in any other. Read.
For there is none other name under heaven
There's no
given
other
among
name
men
given among men. Read.
whereby we must be saved.
So again, it definitely is important of the name that you call on because you were speaking about
Who's
energy.
telling me this? This is what I don't understand. Who telling me this? This is what you gotta. Who is telling me this? Who? Where's they at? Because it ain't been working for so many. See, the God and the creator of this
hold on.
universe, everything
Hold on.
anything that he wanted me to do is gonna work. So who is telling me this? Please, somebody.
Hold on. You keep saying it's not working.
Because I'm seeing my people.
Hold on.
I'm seeing why you right here. Why you right here? Because it's not working, man.
No.
You need to tell somebody about somebody.
I'm out here because I recognize that it is working.
No, they need saving. They need saving.
No. How they gonna be saved?
They need saving. They calling on the same Jesus you calling on. Why they ain't
I
saved?
don't
Why
call
they
on.
need y'all here?
I don't call on Jesus.
Well, Yahweh, however, the same.
Now, here's the thing.
Well,
Wait.
we gonna go real.
Hold on,
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
I'm forget the third dimension. I'm finna talk. We finna go deep now. They calling on the same energy that you calling on.
They're not with you. Now watch this.
Outset.
Now with that, go back and answer my question. How are we gonna get from up under the so-called white man? Because right now, me and you, we communicating with each other in another man's language.
Yeah.
Your name is Dedrick. I'm sure you got a white man's last name.
Yeah.
We walk through the streets operating and trying our best to steer around the so-called white man's law. We just had a black man roll by right now that's upholding the white man's laws. Gonna lock one of me and you up that look just like him to uphold the white man's laws.
For one,
How we gonna do it?
we have to get the completion. We need our help as our power combined. The feminine energy is more stronger in the spiritual world than the masculine energy. It takes the feminine energy and the masculine energy to come together to make the completion. For one, they have played on us with our energy, with our completion. Just as the yin and the yang, night and day.
Are you dealing with our women? We need our women?
Yeah, we need.
Can I show you something?
To power up to make the completion.
Now watch this. I'm with you. I'm with you 1,000%.
For one.
Watch this.
And we ain't powerful no right.
Remember, we playing a game.
Okay.
Can you show me anything that's not a Bible? Give me Deuteronomy 28. This is literally one of the curse. Every time you go, I'm gonna show you the curse. Every time you go, bro, I'm gonna show you the curse. This is the Bible, man. This shit is crazy,
And
boy.
this here be coming from this.
I got you.
Ain't standing there.
Now here's the thing. Now here's the thing. The way that we complete it, the cherry on top, the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure that our obeisance, our obedience, our practice is going straight to the Father. But we have to recognize the works that the Father has done. The reason we have opportunity, what they say, you got to give credit to where credit is due. Michael Jordan won all those championships. Scottie Pippen assisted. But guess what? The one thing I was about to say, you got to give credit to Phil Jackson, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 54.
Read.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Tender and delicateness, right? Something that you handle with care, which is usually you get from what? You usually get it from a woman. A lot of times when they try to sit up there and they, like I said, girding yourself up like a man, it doesn't mean just sit up here and be hard. They try to take away. They try to. Thank you. They try to take that away from you.
I'm human.
I'm human.
I'm tired of that.
So guess what? We possess tenderness and delicateness. We possess mercy and grace. We possess those things.
We've been taught we ashamed to show that.
And to be ashamed to show that. But what happens when we embrace that and we shame that? No, what happened is we become hard and stern to our people, and we see this curse being reflected. The man that is tender and delicate among you, how we supposed to treat him with care and love. What do we do? Read.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
So not only, because what you said was that the masculine versus the feminine have to come together, and we have to unify ourselves, right? So not only is it saying that, on top of that, it's saying that our brothers, right? We got to listen. We got to unify masculinely to then be able to unify with feminine, right? I'm gonna show you why. Because it's gonna go into both.
I don't know the who for, but yeah.
Listen, because it's gonna go into both. But right now, I'm talking about the masculine. My eye was gonna be evil towards my brother. Listen. Either we gonna gangbang, or I'm gonna sit up, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna want something you want, or I'm gonna sell you some dope, or I ain't gonna give a damn about you. I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna watch a white man put his knee on your neck for 8 minutes until you die, and I ain't gonna do shit but talk shit from the background. Come on, bro. The scripture says, greater love have no man than to lay his life down for his friend. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Let some goddamn white boy, let that damn black man come over here, a police officer, and put his knee on your neck, bro. I'm tackling his ass. Thank you.
That's what
I'm tackling his ass, bro. So, but the scripture says what? His eye was gonna be evil towards his brother. Read. And
toward the wife of his bosom.
So that what you said. They did what? They took away and separated the masculine from the feminine. That's a curse of ours. So the very solution that you provided for us to say the masculine and feminine got to come together before we can start doing anything, I agree. But guess what? You got to love yourself. Then you be able to love your wife. Y'all create kids. Now you can love your children.
But when they know what they is.
Listen, I'm with you. If you establish one strong household, then you establish another strong household, you're now establishing a strong community. Once you establish enough communities, you have a strong nation. It starts one step at a time. So everything you're saying, I agree with 1000%, but we get this right here in the book. Because they told us that division of masculine and feminine was a curse unto us. Read it again. I mean, keep reading, because there's no more. And towards the wife of his bosom, and who?
And towards the remnant of his children.
And the children, because again, if the mother and the father don't get along, who's gonna be affected? The child. Everybody in this hood is affected by a dysfunctional household. Everybody in the hood.
No,
that's why we can come out here and talk to them about it.
The first time you can have it's kids.
It's kids.
No men allowed.
No men allowed.
No men got daddies.
They separated.
What is going on?
So now, I'm glad you said it. Keep reading.
Which he shall leave.
And it says what? He's gonna leave. Why is he left? Because like you said, now it's putting the woman in an ultimatum.
You keep letting me, I'm gonna stop this little bird feed and let the man, you know what I'm saying?
Or you gotta go. Because guess what? Because the man, a lot of times he barely get the bird feed.
Yeah, because they put the pressure on him on purpose. Got to set up all these obstacles so he cannot get the bird feed. And so in that you're strong, you're a strong black woman. You're a backbone of what's gonna mean that your man's spineless.
Now guess what? Now if the man ain't even getting bird feed, and usually when he starts getting more than the bird feed, what is he doing? He hustling. Which means what? Now you hustling? You think you got a little bit more of that bird feed? Now guess what? I'm gonna send one of your own into your neighborhood to go get you. Shit's crazy.
Now you get the Black Panther.
Right? Go ahead. No, listen. That's how they did the Black Panther, right? Go ahead. Well, I was just talking about a D-boy. I was talking about again. You know what I'm saying? But even when we start, like you said, every obstacle. So this goes back to my question. How do we get out of that? You right. We got to change our way of thinking.
It's a lot of small things.
It's small things. I'm with you.
Like I said,
it's the simplicity in Christ.
Yeah, it's a lot of small things.
I'm with you. Go ahead, keep reading.
I'm jumping to 56.
Go ahead, bring it out.
It says the tender and delicate woman among you.
Now we're dealing with the woman, because if we dealt with the man, his eye was going to be evil towards his brother, his wife, and his children, and he was going to leave him. Read. Now we're dealing with the woman who what?
Which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground.
Because if we was actually really protecting our women, right, and we treated them with such care and concern and love, it says we would treat them so much, we would treat them like a fresh pair of J's or Nikes. Sometimes you just want to hold on to it, you don't even want to put them on the ground. That's how we used to treat our women, but now we treat our sneakers like this.
They pack them up there.
They just pack them up. Hey, you just pick them up, put them on your shoulder, don't worry about it, baby, I got you. Go ahead.
It says, for delicateness and tenderness,
read.
Her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
So it's not even
craving for that.
She's craving, and she's giving an ultimatum.
Now,
what does she do?
This is what they do. They won't give it. It's something that's in them, something they won't give it. They are forced the craving of that, but they won't give it.
Right.
You can acknowledge it, break it down and show it, and they still is some type of entity that's blocking. They got it strong on the female. There's most of black female.
Remember.
But they feel that they deserve it so much, but they won't give it.
Y'all got a lot of Mexicans over here, around here? Few? I'm in San Diego, California. My house is 10 minutes from the Mexico border. I'm around a lot of them. So when you when you recognize pretty much how you surrounded by black people here, I'm surrounded by Mexicans. So when you recognize, like you said, it's mostly black females. No, it's not mostly black females. It's the Hispanics as well. Yeah. It's just you gotta experience.
But they usually stay down for heritage and more than unless GRLA, they most submissive and humble. They stay to the code more. They respect their men more than.
You know why? You know why? Because they're more attached to a non-American culture. They incorporate American culture, but they still have a South American they still have a Central South American something to cleave onto. And that's more prominent down there than it is here.
And we don't got
America's
nothing
just
to
this.
hold on to.
America's just this melting pot where you just, you know, you can just get caught up in anything.
Yeah.
Now they do adopt that in today's
But
culture
they
as
still
well.
have some structure to hold on to.
Something to hold on to. But again,
House and scattered.
but even then, here's the thing: it's still not theirs though. That's where they still go wrong, because even what they holding on to in
Yeah,
Central
man,
Summer, it's still not theirs.
They've been tweaked too.
It's been tweaked too, because remember the Spaniards. That's why they speak Spanish. Them white boys.
Spanish, right, yeah, come and rape them and
They came and did it to them and gave them a culture. But again, America, this is why we call America Babylon. Not the continent America, but the United States of America, ran by Donald Trump right now, right? This is why we say that the United States of America is that Babylon, because it's that place of just pure, where anything goes. You can get anything. That's why we call it Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Okay, yeah, anything.
So
on the school, we think it ain't like the airway. Like
it's a little bit more strict. Other places still filled with wickedness, but like you said, in America, you can get a little bit of everything. You can get everything here, right? And that's why everybody trying to flock here. So just understanding that, I would say Mexican women are a lot more committed and loyal, but still equally weak. Meaning, let them come to America, see a couple of stacks. Let them come to America, see some
the
gold.
Muslim women getting weak. They whine about I want right. They want to do this and trying to
Going over to Dubai. But you know what's funny? Ain't it crazy? In America, let you tell your woman she need to cover herself up. She said, nigga, you out of your goddamn mind. But guess what? But if you say, hey baby, what's up? We going to Dubai. I'm about to take you to Dubai, baby. She gonna like, oh, I'm ready to go. And she gonna give it her, and guess what she gonna do? She gonna cover her goddamn self up. Ain't that cold? She'll respect them over there, but she can respect her own man that she letting penetrate her.
I point some things I didn't know to step on.
Exactly.
I'm having a hard time. But
It's discipline. It's discipline. You know what I'm saying? This is what we have. This is what we subject to.
We studied bending and other way, and other people, hey man, I'm walking spiritually, man. When my spirit, I'm moving. Most I just move. I just moving high, and it just don't work because I believe insanely, like man, and I'm so powered up when I tap. I know chemicals is gateways. I know myself. I say mad science. I be playing with chemicals and wrenching over, and you know what I'm saying. I be talking shit to them sometimes, and I just throw down kind of little spiritual water. I don't even know what I'm getting into, like. So I've been running through the mud, like testimony, come through households and change like this here in the day.
You brought up the Kundalini earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where does the Kundalini? Where does the Kundalini come from?
I'm still researching stuff.
Okay.
I ain't got all the way down to the nitty-gritty.
Now, when you research Kundalini, look up the origin of it, because here's the thing, right? Remember, we're wrestling not physically, not carnally.
First,
Got you.
let me tell you, I researched the research.
I got you.
So I might, you know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna, I'm research because I never be lied to again. I'm researching.
Hey, listen, I'm with you.
So I might not got.
Bro said I'd never be lied to again, and that's the position our people in. Now here's the thing: the scripture says, 1 Thessalonians 5:20, it says, "Prove all things, hold fast that which is good." Prove meaning to test, scrutinize, and ridicule it. So if I'm mad scientist, so before you gonna take it on, I'm gonna go test it. Oh, okay, I hear what you say. Let me put some pressure on it. Let me put some pressure on it. Okay, you sound good, but I'm still gonna go home and figure it out.
Yeah, let you see it.
Absolutely.
And I can come up because I've been in the spirit wrestling now, so I'm playing with it. I know, so I mean, you know what
I'm with
saying?
you. I'm with you. And that's how you're supposed to be, right? Now, when you research the Kundalini, look up the origin of it. Reason being I'm saying that is because, listen, we don't wrestle against things carnally, we wrestle against spiritual wickedness of high places, powers and principalities, right? Why? We don't deny the powers that are around, we just subject ourselves to the highest power. When you read in the scriptures, it says that the Lord allotted to these nations. Get Deuteronomy 4 and 17.
Like the Godhead, the head, the Godhead.
That's why we call him the Most High. We don't just call him God, we call him the Most High God. Because there are other gods that have power.
Which they really not God, it's just to us, because I've been chapter 30, it seems like it.
It seems like it, right?
Once this container leave, we'll be...
So the whole thing is that we can see what we call demi results, little results from adhering to the Kundalini. Sure, you can be calm, you can be centered, you can have a clear mind to be able to see clearly things, absolutely. But recognize the origin of it. What we've been doing of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that's why I mentioned us speaking English, being called by another man's name. What we also have been known to do is to follow other people's culture. We embrace everybody. We want to be Egyptian. We want to be East Indian. We are following Buddhists. We want to go and follow Christianity, which is some European stuff. We want to go and do all of this other stuff. We don't never follow what pertains to us. Why does this pertain to us? Why do we say this book pertains to us? Because it speaks about our everyday lives. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 17. Well, let me start over.
Now just read verse 17. Let's just
All
get
right,
to the
verse
point.
17, it says, the likeness of any beast that is on earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that lieth in the air, or flieth in the air, excuse me. The likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. And least thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven.
It was 19, but go ahead.
And least thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven.
Go ahead.
And when thou seest the sun and the moon.
Because a lot of times our people do what? They start worshiping Egypt, right? Which they say the sun god is Ra, right? I forget who they say the moon is, but then they start worshiping the moisture in the air, right? Shu and Tefet and Geb and all of these other people. It's like,
Son of God.
nah, they try to say that. The son of God because it's the son and it's Jesus. Well, no, the reason why they call Jesus the Son of God is because he's the only creation of the Father. The Father created Jesus, then gave the blueprint of the world that we know today to Jesus to create it. So it's like a domino effect. Yeah, we are all as a result of what God planned and what he did, but he molded and shaped and formed Jesus, or who the world calls Jesus. Because again, we don't call him Jesus for the sake of understanding the man that they call Jesus. He shaped and formed him and then gave him the power to create everything else. That's why he's called the Son of God. But again, what they try to do is they say, see, you guys adopted all of these things from all of these different cultures. No, remember, Constantine did that and merged it. So Constantine is the one that came up with the Son of God, and y'all worship the Son. See, that's the Son of God. He tried to bring a connection there when there really was no connection, but he got the people to listen to it so that they can then follow him. See, I got this religion, and he was smooth talking them, right? It's almost it was like the stimulus check of their time.
It was like the pastor of their time.
It was the pastor of their time.
Well, okay, but what about like another my head? Oh, what about the true sacrament? Oh, what about the whole birth of Jesus? The whole process that's explained and how it goes. What about if I show you it happens inside of you? Bethlehem is right here with it's behind your pineal gland is Bethlehem. It's a little something science word, but it's something. They say like Bethlehem. They cut it out. But when like I'm a Cancer, when the moon plant seed, see all this is what's called moon plant seed. It travels down. I don't know all the things. It's like I long way the words. I mean, but I can tell you that what's called.
Now here's
it's
the
gonna
thing.
travel down.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's gonna travel. It's gonna hit something, and it's gonna break it like millions of pieces. It's gonna be there like it's a dead. It means if someone dead, it's a dead state. If you were to test it, and then like it's like on the second and half day or something. Out the third, it's clean as almost rising from the dead. No, so about the third like day, it's traveling back down your spine. This is how you get your true 11. This is how you get your then when it come back down, boom, and then the satanic awe.
It comes down to the base of the Kundalini, and then it comes back up.
Awe.
Got you.
That's how y'all know your head awe. Like what's about that?
Now here's the thing, right? Like you said, the key point was this: that you said whatever whatever the scientific term behind your pineal gland.
It's called Bethlehem something.
It's called Bethlehem something, right?
They say Bethlehem, Jesus born in
because Bethlehem, right? But here's the thing. We're speaking English, bro. In the time Jesus was born, we didn't speak English. That's why we didn't call him Jesus. It wasn't called Israel. You know, another name they say, see, Israel, Isis, Israel, Isis, Ra, and El. See, y'all got that from us. This is the Egyptians. But that's not how you say it. That's not how you say Israel in Hebrew. It's Yasharallah. Now make the same connection with Yasharallah. Bethlehem is Batalayam. Now, is it a scientific name is Batalayam? No, it's indicative or resembles Bethlehem, which is a translation of it. So again, later on in life, when Constantine came and these languages started to form, they drew the connections to this stuff. So I'm with you that this is how they explain it, but we've been trying, testing, and prove with this stuff. When you get down to the nitty-gritty, there is no connection. It was just us that took this stuff and merged it together so that it would appeal to other people, and that was the way that we trick people into us having rulership over them. We don't have to do that anymore.
The process does happen though, right?
I can't confirm nor deny it, because I've had people say that it do, but I've had people of the same process of thought or train of thought say that it doesn't. In terms of the Kundalini, as far as all that, because Kundalini is the East Indian practice. So a lot of times when you're dealing with your pineal gland, so on and so forth, that goes back to the Egyptian concept, right? So these are two conflicting ideologies, two conflicting cultures, but they're merging this stuff together. And again, if I could spit this to you and not stutter or stumble at one point in time, and I'm just breaking it down, and I've never verified it, I ain't never cut nobody's head open and seen the pineal gland. I ain't never seen none of that. Yet they say it's there, and they say if you activate it, it's supposed to open up like a quail cobra, and it starts to flicker and flutter. This is all you talk to them brothers. We went to the Mecca of all this stuff. We done went to the Mecca and all this stuff, and we tried testing and prove it. The thing is,
y'all been spitting game, huh?
absolutely. Now here's the thing.
I know what y'all talking
We tried
about,
testing
though.
and prove it, and guess what? That ain't been working. Everybody, according to them, everybody clearly deactivated. It ain't been working. Now here's the thing. What we have never tried that we can't deny has worked or hasn't worked is simply following the laws of God. Even going back to when they gave it to him.
I need to know the true laws. So I can, okay, this is what I mean. I need to know for real. Okay, I might have 4 or 5 drugs in my hand. You might have a plate of barbecue. You don't understand it, and when you say going on loud, you seen it far more than me because the creator designed you to be a vegetation eater. So
you went to the country,
do
man.
things outside of your design and habitat, then all kind of things with the temple start to happen. Things, you know, that's why things go wrong. But then I can take these chemicals, and before I even take of it, I can have the mindset of what I'm entering it for, and tap into the spiritual world, and go. That's when the ball was in the thing, he went smoke the thing. When they say he go smoke and come out and hallucinate, I just hallucinate when people from all over want him to go smoke the stuff to tell them.
I ain't got no motherfucking money.
Right.
So,
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You wanna know what's funny? You know what's funny?
I ain't got no money.
It's so cold. It's so cold, man, because it's so cold because people always want to bring up how the Indians are smoking weed. Right? I'm gonna tell you this. They was also drinking mad liquor too.
I don't know weed or not, but whatever they smoking and hallucinating.
You said whatever they were smoking, it making them intoxicated.
The main dude, when people used to come all over and want him to go, and
The
he
shaman,
come
yeah.
and hallucinate, but he tell them the future and tell them.
Right. Now here's the thing.
But they put hallucination on
But
it.
here's the thing. We see this in the scriptures though. We see this. It's called dealing with familiar spirits. It's called enchantments. It's called being a soothsayer. Right. That's why I said we don't deny these powers. Oh, absolutely not. But when we recognize something you stated earlier, the Creator. So if we recognize in that, that's why I said God don't love everybody. Jesus don't love everybody. He didn't come and die for everybody. He came and died for his elect, his specific people, his chosen people. Why? Because those are the people that had the responsibility to take his charge and his wisdom and magnify it to the rest of the world. But what happened? We abused it. We didn't take it and follow it to bring attention to it. We took it and pushed it aside and went and followed something else because it was readily in front of our eyes.
So I'm doing
we was carnal instead of spiritual.
So I'm doing wrong for like tapping in and playing with it and trying to learn and experiment. I didn't have people going. I had to coach them up out of it. Like my uncle took too much though. He was on some again. He would treat people. And I had to go stand in the ear tree. I had to give him the recipe to what's called. That's when I first I was souped up.
I would say
and he wanted me to come out. He used to get mad. But I gave him the knowledge, and he wanted me to come. I'm like, nah, I ain't going out. He used to get mad at me. And so nah, I didn't. He just threw me in the spirit like.
So I would say, yeah, we shouldn't be dealing in those type of things. One, because what happens is this: there's no discipline to that, right?
Yeah, you don't know really. I don't know the full format of the rules.
And I'm gonna tell you this.
I want to play on.
Listen, exactly. And guess what? There is no rules. That's the whole point. I want to. It's literally, this is why it's associated with a hallucination, because what happens is when you get on dope, when you see people on dope, there's no rules. I'm talking about they take a blast and there's no destination. It's just endless hope and BS. That's what these things, there is no discipline to it. So I'm with you. We recognize that stuff works, but it only works on a demi level. It's never going to assist us to unify us. Like you said, if masculine and feminine has to unify, masculine and feminine has to unify to establish a household. Household establishes communities. Community establishes nations. That's what we want to do. We want to establish a nation.
Once I see like, oh, it's for real, it gives me the charge to believe insanely. You know what I'm saying? And this is when the magic just happens. Boom, this is how it just come through and just you can somehow in a car like this here. You know what I'm saying? This is like, I'm believing in Satan, so it's like, this is what the power, like, when I'm in a spiritual world, my power is far more than my knowledge, because I just believe in Satan. Like, when you're talking right now, the spirit tell me just move that camera with move that store with my mind, I'm so quickly into doing it, there's not enough second time. There's no space that can be created where any doubt that it can be done now.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? And that's
with you,
how I'm on
1000%.
it. And I'm to that extreme and just
What we recognize,
everything.
what we recognize is this, right? That's why I keep telling you.
But I'm wrestling with my people. That's what's bringing me down,
Now watch
fam.
this.
Like you
I
don't
got
understand
you.
this shit working.
Like I
but
said, we don't deny.
my people,
We don't deny
I'm
that.
to save them.
We don't deny the powers. We're saying that there's a power that's greater than that that's commanded us to abstain from it. Why?
Well, I need. That's
Why?
the power I'm shooting for.
Because what happens is this.
And I'm wrestling.
What happens is this.
I'm wrestling.
It causes us to be imbalanced.
Yeah, because they would attack, he'll tell me, I be talking shit to her, like anything like that. I'm angry, mad. So it be fighting and attacking me all kind of ways. Like I'm really not knowing I'm up against, but I'm starting to wait. Like man, I'm just serious.
Get that Proverbs 11.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11.
Okay. Listen. Last precept. Go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
A false balance is an abomination to the Lord.
So even though we recognize that these things work, there has to be a balance to it. There has to be a balance to everything in life. And this is where we have, you know, things that liberate us, but we also have to be subject to things which is where the balance and the discipline comes from, right? Now, read that, finish that.
But a just weight is his delight.
I want to give Deuteronomy 28, 68, right? How do black people get over here to America?
They saying that you can't you go to the ships when you do the ships that wasn't even enough. The ship wasn't big enough to even. You know, we was already here. They stumbled across us already here, like the Indians. Them the ones that was being
Indians
raped.
was here.
Them the ones that being raped by the Chinese was here before us. So the Indians and stuff they show up being raped. That was us being raped by the Chinese and then it one what's called something. Them not the true Indians. That's
check
not
me.
us.
Now check me.
Paul, I'm still researching.
I got you. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you this. This is new information that they're coming out with, and you want to know why? Because we found this in the Bible. Watch this. Because again, we was brought over here, like you said, on ships. Read Deuteronomy 28.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
If you understand the position that the Israelites had in Egypt, they were slaves. So the Lord is not telling us literal Egypt. Remember, we walked out of Egypt. We could walk in and out of Egypt. He says, I'm going to bring you into Egypt representing bondage. Another bondage. I'm going to take you into bondage with ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
He had already told us in Deuteronomy 17 that we wasn't going to see Egypt again. So we know it's talking about a new place or just a place of bondage. He's going to take us in this place of Egypt. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
For what?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Well, we brought over here to this place on ships, sold to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
When you go into that word buy in the Hebrew, it means to redeem. We were brought over here on ships, sold unto our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and nobody has come to redeem us out of this place. Now here's the thing. We know that this happened to the so-called Negroes brought over here on ships. Well, we seen Roots and Kunta Kinte, but we gotta recognize when the Spaniards and when the English came over here and they seen the Native Indians and the Hispanic Indians, they took them and gathered them and then shipped them back across the waters too. Did the same thing. They didn't do it, they didn't bring them here to the Americas, they took them out of the Americas. Why? Because when they tried to subject them, they knew the land too well, they kept escaping off of the plantation.
But the Iranians had us in slavery before them.
Listen, but the Arabians, we're dealing with the Trans-Sahara slave trade. They are enemies too.
But we Muslim.
But we Muslim. This is the point. The blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Indians, the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians fit the prophecies and the curses of this book. We got to come back into the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, something we have never done and tried to be ruled out. Let's try it. If it don't work, we'll rule it out. We'll move on to something else.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we
got to try it first. We've never tried it, and we've never worshipped the Father in spirit and in truth.
I just want to know what
and
it
it's
is
according
that I
to
have
the
to do.
prophecy.
Like seriously, no playing in, no try to mystery, no try to. If I got to do this here, I'm gonna do it.
Again,
that's like
you got to come back. You got to come back into the truth. Psalms 119, 142, and then we done. Psalms 119, 142. Bring it out, quick. Let's get it. You got it? Whoever get it first. Psalms 119, 142. We gotta learn the truth. But what's the truth? We never know the truth. We've always heard the truth will make you free. You shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. What's the truth?
We gotta try every concept we can.
We gotta try it.
Shoot it out.
And then we see it.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and 142.
Go ahead.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
The righteousness of God is everlasting. Read.
And thy law.
And thy what?
And thy law.
Is what?
Is the truth.
Is the truth. And that's what, and with that, man, we give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God of Anawa Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son of Mashiach Yahushai, and we say Shalom, man. Kwam Yasharallah.